we have this notion that who we are as an observer strongly impacts how we interact in the world. And the way in which we interact in the world, it draws forth a particular reality. If I uh, approach you with open, loving arms, that will draw something out of you differently than if I approach you with a harsh voice. Both of the responses that come from you are sleeping, you could say, within you. But how I come towards you and interact with you, uh, it helps initiate or bring out a different aspect of what is real. Of course, ontology is the question of what is real. What is real? And what we've been discovering is that when we examine our observer, when we turn towards it, this gives us an opportunity to uh, transform, embrace, change the ways in which we're making meaning. And then we said, well, okay, this observer is constituted by many factors. One factor is our observer has a relationship to our deep essence, this deep you-ness that has been unfolding as a stream throughout time. Since you were tiny, there was an essence that feels like you, but then you've been interacting with the world, and that essence has been in a process of becoming. Or you bring your history forward, but then you have these new visions. So we can see here that our observer is constituted by an essence of being that's in a process of growing. And our observer is also shaped by our living history. The way that each and every one of us on this call sees what's happening right now is through the history. If we all wrote an essay right now on what's happening on this call, we would get as many different responses as there are people, in part because of how our history shapes us and forms us. Another aspect of our observer is language. Language is not just descriptive, words birth worlds. The way that we speak into the world engenders aspects of the world. That the declarations that we make consciously or unconsciously profoundly inform how we interact with life, with others.
I would also offer that we have this we have emotion, we have language, we have body, all these different facets and dimensions of being a human being. And noticing what happens when those are congruent, when there is alignment with that. And so when we bring our awareness and our consciousness to notice, how is that whole of me showing up? Right? And what does that do not only to my own becoming and unfolding, but also to then the relationships that I have in life? How does that impact what I'm cultivating with others in terms of the ways in which I'm relating, but then also what are we all co-creating together? What happens as we collaborate in a way where there's congruency in my own being as well as in the being of the other? And when that comes together, creates a very powerful force for creativity, for, right, really bringing things into fruition and being of service for good in the world.